about time. I'm going on the hard. Super excited. Oh. Hej älskling!
En hel ocean.
En hel ocean, lugn. Vi kör en gång till.
Okej.
1, 2, 3. It's day 1 on the hard, and the first thing on the agenda is that I'm going to be removing the cables from my navigational light in the front, because the cables run through the deck at the moment, and they're very poorly sealed. They're very poorly sealed by me, and I just kind of figured that it would be okay, because I didn't really have any options at the moment when I did it, and then I just kind of left it. But today I'm going to be removing the cables and kind of drilling the holes and making them a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to be drying it out for a few days, because I just assume that the deck has gotten a little wet around it. So I'm going to be doing that, and then I am going to, let me check my schedule. Yeah, I'm going to be removing the railing around the boat, because that's part of why I'm here. It leaks somewhere, so I'm going to try to find the leak and repair it. But today we are removing the cable, drilling the hole, starting to like dry it out, and removing the railing. The cable come in here, and then it's supposed to be like attached very nicely, but now it's hanging. And on this side it kind of looks okay. On the other side, however, not so great. So yeah, let's remove them. Look what I found. I was clearing out the space so I could reach the cables. I found this. This is from when I left Sweden in 2021. I had so many of these with me. I'm going to save it for a special occasion. I probably won't be doing the most elaborate filming today, because I woke up with the frozen shoulder from hell. I had to like crawl out of bed at 6 in the morning because like I couldn't barely move, and then I took like a painkiller and a muscle relaxant and just drenched it all in Tiger Balm and went back to sleep. And now I can move, but it's not great. So I am just gonna try to get through today. So it is no longer the first day. I made some progress, less than I wanted to, but with removing the tow rail. Some pieces were really easy to get off, and other pieces are stuck on like hell. I've been removing it using just like a crowbar and a knife and, you know, one of these bad boys. Just trying to like my way off, but like I'm just stuck. I can't go further, so I had to go into the city anyways, and I bought one of these because I saw it on YouTube. that someone was using one of these, and it felt, this is really solid. It's for spackling, but it's really like a really hard one. So I'm hoping this will do the trick. So I did this entire line up until here with pretty much no issue, just my knife and my hammer. And now I've gotten this one, and this one is stuck on like the boat was built around it, but I am not taking no for an answer. I don't know why they're so uneven, because I removed all of them in like 2016, maybe 2017, something. And resealed them, although when I did that I did not know that they were leaking. I just removed them as like a part of the whole renovation thingy, so I wasn't like looking for leaks or like, but I still feel like I mean I have a very strong memory of like putting epoxy in all of the old, you know, holes for like the screws and stuff, so I don't even know. I know that it's leaking. The last time I didn't, so I wasn't looking for places where it could be leaking from. So this time I am, and yeah. So yesterday I was feeling a bit like, ugh, do I really have to remove all of these? Is this gonna like lead to anything? Am I even gonna be able to find any damage? Even though I knew that it was definitely necessary, which is why I'm doing it. And today I'm just looking at all of these little cracks that I am discovering as I'm removing the ceiling. And have a look at this one. Look at this. Okay, so the main issue is that my stanchions sit on these things that go in here. And this one was so loose that I could actually pull it up. I don't really know what's around it. I think it's fiberglass. Anyhow, look at this crack. When I was pulling on this one, I could like, yeah. So this needs to be repaired. But it's kind of fun to see all of the damage on the boat, because you know, every crack tells a story. I know this one that I just showed you is from when I got towed into Alderney by the British Coast Guard, and it was honestly like, I'm not in any way trying to shame them for breaking off my stanchion, because I felt like a princess. They treated me like a princess. I was out and they saved me from what could have been a fairly shitty situation. I was really happy to get a tow. I wasn't in like immediate danger, which is why I'm even happier that they came out and towed me. But it could have been, like, it would have been a really shitty night. Anyways, towed me in, and they, I don't know, I think they just kind of assumed that I was, like, unable to do anything with the boat. Like, I think they just assumed that the boat was out of order and needed a full rescue. So they towed me in, they were like 8 guys, and then when we came into Alderney, like, a couple of them jumped into, like, a smaller boat, and took them over to my boat, and then they like took the tiller and kept on towing me until I got to the mooring, and then they caught the mooring for me and like tied my boat up and like did everything. And I was like, I could have said like, actually guys, my motor is working and I can do this myself, thank you, but but they were just like so, you know, so organized, and like they were doing it, it was their mission. So I was like, you know, go ahead. Anyways, and when they disembarked, one of them kind of hung themselves on the stanchion, getting off on the boat on the side, and I could hear it crack, and he could hear it crack. We didn't say anything. We just did a little, all right, thank you, because like obviously I'm not gonna give them shit for giving my railing a little crack when they literally just like saved me. So yeah, anyways, so that's what I'm thinking of when I'm looking at this crack. I remember that day. It was a really fun day. I'd been out sailing for, I don't know, like 36 hours or something. And it was just yeah, a fun memory. So another windy day. It was supposed to be gusting 40 knots at some point, but I'm out here and I'm glassing and spackling. So here's what I'm doing. All of these little places where it's not structural, it's definitely not a point of leaking, but it's still a little bit of damage. I've just spackled across. I'm not done yet, as you can see, but I've done a first layer, and I've done that in a few places, just to smooth everything out. And let's have a look on this one. This was the cracked one, and I've just added some epoxy, and I've drilled out like quite a bit of this out here and over here. You can't see it because it's under the epoxy, but just to like make sure that I can get some epoxy under here. I guess the proper way to do this would be to like dig everything out and like start over, but I'm not doing that. So this is kind of the medium way to do it, and I'm trying to push everything back together so that it can cure, and let's see if it does. I've done that on all of these pieces. I've drilled out, make sure that I can get some new epoxy down, especially here in like the smaller cracks. And yeah, put this one back just to make sure that they actually cure in the right angle. Yeah, so that's just gonna cure, and then I'm going to glue this because one of the toe rail pieces broke into smithereens when I removed it. A piece of it I think was a little bit rotten actually. This one, as you can see, it's missing a piece, and on the underneath you can't really see it, but it's also missing some pieces, so I'm going to carry that down and glue it, because I cannot afford a new one. So we're gonna make do with what we have. It's another super windy day today, and I'm sitting in the wind from dusk till dawn. So setting up a tripod would be not being mindful to my own happiness. It would be falling over all the time, and yeah, it's not happening. I'm currently sitting in a cockpit just getting a break from the wind, because fortunately today it's coming from that direction. Yesterday was kind of coming from a little bit like that, so I had like no refuge. But I am currently putting the tow list back. Yeah, I think that while I'm doing that, and I'm also glassing the holes for the cables. I can show you what it looks like. Yeah, and I'm also gluing one of the tow list pieces that was super broken. I started gluing it yesterday over here. This one is now one piece, and then today I'm gluing over here and over here. After this, I think it's going to be done. So far I've gotten, I had a little bit of a piece that I had forgotten to spackle in the front, so I'm doing that now, and it's curing. So I'm taking a break. I've also been troubleshooting my fridge. It broke like 2 weeks ago or something. And I actually yesterday, out of pure frustration, kind of deleted all of the footage of my troubleshooting, because I was like, I'm never gonna figure it out anyways. But yeah, I hope maybe the issue is with there's a little like electrical box on the side of the compressor, and I think the issue is there. So yesterday I posted it down to like the kindest company I've ever been in contact with. I've called him 3 times, and he's helped me troubleshoot, because I was like, I have had issues with it before, and then it was the thermostat that was broken, so it was really easy troubleshooting and it was easy to fix. But this time I'm like, oh, I think like the cooling fluid has been leaking, and out of like pure denial, I've just been looking at other options, because that would be like the most expensive and also most difficult thing to fix. But yeah, I think maybe actually it's the electrical box that's the issue. So he said that he would troubleshoot it for free if I posted it down to him, so I did that yesterday. And yeah, hopefully I'll have a fridge at some point during the summer. I had so many things in the fridge. I just been shopping and just filled it to the brim, and like everything's spoiled. So that kind of sucked. But yeah, otherwise things are going well. The wind has stopped finally. Now we got rain instead. And out of today's chores, the only one that I can do in the rain is putting the stanchions back. So I'm gonna start with that and hope that the rain passes while I'm doing it. Yesterday we put all of the tow rail back. So it looks good. Now the stanchions are coming on, as well as these little things need to get mounted. It's extra support for the stanchions. Okay, I've just reinstalled the cables to the navigational lights. So let's see if they work. Okay, let's see. There's a green light. And there is a red light. Great! This is what it looks like inside. If you noted this tragedy, when I showed you last time, the cable actually runs nicely on the other side too. The thing about this one, it used to be glued to the ceiling. I did everything in one go, obviously. And then I needed to make a little pipe for the anchor chain. And if you can see that spot, the pipe used to go more like this. And I tore this one away so that I could glass that, and then I didn't really have any glue left, and I was just about to leave Sweden. It was just like the last second thing, so I was like, whatever, I'll do it later. And then I realized that the chain wasn't running very smoothly, and that I would have to do something else. So I left it, because I was like, well, I'm going to have to glass something else anyways. And then I did that, which is the new pipe, which has a much better angle. But the chain is still not really running very smoothly. So it's just been one of those things where I'm like, well, there's no point in putting it up, because I'm not sure I am done with glassing. So that's why it looks like that. One day, when I feel satisfied, I will put it up as a little treat to myself. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode. This is going to turn into 2 parts of being on the hard, because it was just I felt like I didn't shoot anything when I was doing it. Felt like I was just working on the boat, but it was 100 clips, not counting the GoPro and not counting the things that other people shot for me. So yeah, it's gonna be 2 clips. And then after that, we are going back to this business. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.